can start, madam.
Namaste everyone. So we'll start today with the prayer with Saraswati Vandana. Om Ya Kundendu Tushar Har Dhavla Ya Shubhrivastramvita Ya Veena Vardhanda Mandita Kara Ya Shweta Padmasana Ya Brahma Shata Shankara Prabhadevi Devai Sada Vandita Sama Patu Saraswati Bhagavati Tihi Sheshajadyapaha. We bow to Saraswati Mata and ask her blessing so that whatever we speak today, it is coming out for the best of everyone. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Arnima, madam. Sudhakar sir, today's our topic is army, and it is profession combination in astrology. So we request you to start that session for today.
Good morning to all Gurujis.
Good morning, sir.
Welcome to Kalagati channel. Today's topic is army profession. So it is also a vital role in our country. So army profession. So army or police department who are working in the ground level save our country, and a farmer and a soldier. So both are the two eyes of the human beings. So without farmer, we can't have food. So as it is, without soldier, we can't live happily. So now we are sleeping well. We are doing our works. We are doing for our family members. So it is sacred of our soldiers. So army profession is the best profession. Really, we are proud to inform you that so army profession.
Sir, you are muted.
12th house. The first house represents physical strength and mental strength. It represents the color, height, and the physical appearance, which are necessary for army. He will have a strength to fight with the other people, so that physical appearance is good, and muscular is very in curling. So he must do such kind of exercises beforehand. So such a person is suitable for this profession. And the third house represents willpower and courage and leadership qualities. So these are very important for the soldier, so who are working on the border. And the fourth house, army and police department who involved in safeguarding homelands and property or lives of people. So that the fourth house represents which are necessary for army. And the fifth house, it represents politics. The professionals served the orders of politician. It is always connected with the political leaders. So that the fifth house also referred. And the sixth house, which is the daily routine work and the service. Ninth house represents our country, training given to the soldiers. And 10th house, profession or career. And the 12th house represents foreign. So sometimes the army people who are being given training in foreign countries also. And they are working on the borders of our country. So it has been shown. These houses which are connected one to other, yes, he will be an army, he will be a soldier. Mostly Mars signs, I mean Aries and Scorpio and Taurus, Gemini, Leo, Capricorn. So these signs are very important for army profession. So nakshatras, Mars star lords, I mean Mragasira, Chitta and Dhanishta, Magha nakshatra, Uttarashada nakshatra, which involves in Capricorn. So Uttarashada is ruled by Sun, so which involves government, authority, and Capricorn ruled by Saturn, so it represents government, law, and administration, and authority. So that Uttarashada involves in Capricorn. It is also very important. So planets, the sun first. Sun is very important. It represents the government. It is a very, very powerful planet, the king of all planets. It is a very authoritative and arrogant, and should follow the rules and regulations very strictly and sincerely, so that sun should be very strong in his chart. Next planet is Mars. Mars is considered to be fiery planet. It is also considered to be earthly sign. It represents self-confidence, willpower, muscular strength, patriotism, passion, courageous. So these qualities Mars has. So as it is, the soldier must have all these qualities, particularly patriotism. Then only he can save our country. So many more patriotic persons who sacrificed their lives for our country. So Mahatma Gandhi, freedom fighters, Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Bhagat Singh, Alluri Sitaram Raju, Rani Jhansi Lakshmi Bai. So many more patriotic persons who involved in to get independence. So they are real patriotic persons. Here also, the patriotism must be in his mind and in his heart. So then only he will be the soldier. So patriotism means the sense of attachment to one's country, feeling of love, devotion, dedication, determination. Yes, he will sacrifice everything. He is far away from his family members, no attachment with them. Even though He has no attachment with his village or town or with his state. Yes, he is standing on the border of our country to save our country from the enemies. He is ready to fight with the enemies. He could not interfere terrorists. He is standing like a statue with the weapons on his shoulder. Even though it is very horrible to him, yes, he did it because such a patriotism in his mind. So Mars, which makes him determined, which makes him devote of his country. So really, Mars makes him powerful man. While he is being taken training from the officers, yes, he could do much hard work. For example, I take one thing, A and B. So A is Mars, B is Mars and Saturn conjunction. So A is also soldier, B is also a soldier, but A is only Mars status. Yes, he has a physical appearance which is very good. Muscular strength he has. He is also a good patriotic person to one's country. He did his training very well. And after he involved in government, I mean, he is associated as a soldier. He is standing on the border. When the terrorist came into our border, yes, he is ready to shoot him. It means impulsiveness, no patience to catch him and put him into the court and give him punishment. No, he has no patience at all. Simply he shoot, or he fought with him, or he killed him. But B, who is a soldier, Saturn and Mars combination in his chart. Which is good combination. He has a lot of patience. He is a determined, principled man. He knows all rules and regulations. Yes, he fought with the terrorist and caught him and put him in the court and give him good punishment. So that is the planet's position, which are good in his chart. So that when Saturn conjunction with Mars, then only such a person will be great, and he sacrificed everything for his country. So he was trained well and performed well in his duties, and he followed and obeyed his higher authorities. So Saturn and Mars combination is a very good combination for an army profession. So Saturn represents justice and punishment, given punishment to the people who made wrong. So that the Saturn combination is good in his chart. So Mars, willpower, lot of strength he has, fearless. While he is fighting with the terrorists, of course he has lost his leg. Otherwise, he has lost his hands, whatever it may be. Even legs broken, hands broken. Yes, he came forward to fight again with the terrorists. Even though the blood is oozing out, he could not fear. So fearless mind he has, a courageous mind, a quick temper, a quick mental energy. So Mars makes him everything, powerful man at the time. He is very fearless to fight with the enemies. Even the enemies can be horrified when they saw such a person who is fighting with him. So such a great personality is who has seen in our country, freedom fighters, Alluri Sitaram Raju, who has shown his chest towards the British officer. They are horrified and terrified. So such a human beings are born in this country. Yes, Mars power that is. Bhagat Singh, when the British officers ordered him to hang him, yes, he complained to the British officers, please don't hang me, shoot me. Instead of hanging, so he asked them to shoot, because hanging means his body could not touch his earth. So shoot means his body parts, hands and legs and his body touch the earth. So he loved such a country. So that is a great patriotism. Such a great patriotic personalities who are born in our country. We are proud of them. So such a great patriotism must be among the army, among the soldiers. So then only he will be very sincere. Scorpio, it is the 8th house from zodiac sign. So there may be 8th house represents hidden secret place it is. So secret place means here some of the army officers without uniform, they are working under the government. It represents. And another one, some of the army officers who are involved in taking bribe. Yes, it can be seen through this chart when it is a malefic. And the Ketu planet, it is also very important because it represents a weapon and armory. When Ketu conjunction with Mars, as such a soldier such a soldier who has always a gun on his shoulder. So it is a basis in his duty to handle such a gun or any weapon in his hand. So these planets, Saturn, Ketu, Mars, and the Sun. So these are the planets which are very strong in this chart. Then only he will be the soldier or in police department. Of course, if there is a Atma Karaka and a Amatya Karaka, I mean, Mars is a Atma Karaka or Amatya Karaka. Yes, he will be the army officer. He will be the army officer. So these conjunctions must be there. Whatever it may be, Mars will be very strong and powerful in his chart. So in these days, I have heard one of the astrologers told such a person's officer's chart, Mars is debilitated, but he became the police, and he is called as a encounter police. He is called. So secretly he killed the person who committed mistake.
Sir, please unmute, sir.
Oh,
Unmute, sir.
yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Over to Pedral, sir. Thank you very much.
Sir, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, Guruji.
Okay, okay.
Sir, you start, sir.
Sir, next is
Over to Pedral, sir.
Arnima madam start.
Namaste everyone. So already Sudhkar sir has literally very well, he has explained everything. So I will try to explain on the same lines. So whenever like we think of this word army or defense, so what comes to our mind? Something like someone who is very, very strong, very courageous. Okay, then in the backside of our mind, we will also imagine weapons, blood, fights. So accordingly, like we have to, this is the basic of army profession. See, courageous means like boldness, courageous fighter. So all these things are coming as something fiery nature. Okay, something fiery nature, blood. So in the planetary cabinet, Mars is a soldier. Okay, since Mars is a soldier, so the position and dignity of Mars should be very strong in a chart for a person who desires to be an army. So starting with this, let us see which houses are the important houses in army profession. First of all, first house is very, very important. Why first house? When the first house is strong, first house lord is well placed, having good dignity, it shows like the person is in good physique. He is capable to take up activities that like all kinds of physical activities the person can take up. So first of all, first house lord, it should be well placed. First house should be good. It should be strong. Then third house. So third house already, like Sudhkar sir has explained, third house shows courage. It shows your willpower. Okay, so if the third house is a strong and if it is connected with some fiery energy, okay, fire signs or Mars like planet, sun, this shows like the person will be courageous. He will be bold. Then there will be lot of willpower. That all these things are needed for a person who wants to be in army or if the person wants to serve in any kind of branch of defense. Then fourth house is also important. By fourth house, it is the motherland. So fourth house shows like if the fourth house is strong, that means person will be I'm muting for some time, sorry, there's a lot of disturbance here. Okay, so fourth house if fourth house is strong, shows the person will be loyal. And it shows like the person will stay in his country, he will protect the country. Sixth house, fifth house is also important because fifth house shows politics. Again, sixth house, it is the service to the society. So any connection of third house, sixth house, and again 10th house, that shows your profession. So it will along with the Mars and fairy signs, sun, all these will show a connection that the person will have a desire to go in these lines like police department, air force, army. Now 11th house is also important because 11th house will show police department, all these kinds of departments, higher departments like army, police. So we have to check these houses first, a connection in these houses. Then again, we have to see the sign also. Before this, let me tell you, already Sudhakar sir explained about 8th house also. So 8th house is also very important. Why? Because 8th house shows sudden events, some kinds of chaotic environment. It also shows hidden things. So in all these departments, army, police department, so lot of strategy planning, confidential things are there, secrecy is there. So uh, it shows a secrecy. So 8th house is also very important here. Then we need to check the signs. What signs are important? So signs that are important are all the signs that show fire. So fire signs are Aries, Leo, then even Sagittarius we can count, and Scorpio also. Why again? Scorpio is the natural 8th house, and again Scorpio shows something secret. So all these things are interconnected with the army profession. Then we have to see the planets that should be contributing to this kind of profession, where a lot of courage is needed. So already I have told that in the planetary cabinet, Mars is the soldier. So whenever see a Mars in a chart, it is in very strong position, then it will be the natural tendency of the person to take risky or courageous activities. The person will be interested in some kind of physical training, physical exercises, and a person will be very courageous. Sun is also very important, because sun, it is also cruel also, and it is again a planet that is holding fire. In planetary cabinet, it is a king, and it represents government in today's world. So now Mars, that is a soldier, so it is also having an animal energy. So this Mars should have someone to whom he should obey. So in this, since sun is the king, so Mars has to work for it. So sun should also be strong, so that it will show that the person will work for the government, because government will order, and the Mars, it will carry out the orders. Similarly, Saturn connection will show discipline, hard work. It will show law and order, justice, and perseverance, patience. Because again, for a soldier, patience is also very much required. Discipline is required, because if this is not there, then direction of his courage, energy of what he wants to fighting, all these things will go in wrong direction. So that is why Saturn connection, Saturn position should also be good and dignified also. Again, Ketu, it represents weapons. So Ketu and Mars connection, again it will show weapons, like a lot of use of weapons, blood, cutting, fighting, all these things it will show. Now if Saturn and Mars are connected in the chart, then also we can say administrative work. Along with all these connections, if the Saturn and Mars are also there, we can say like the person will be in army, but some administration work will be there. So accordingly, like different connections will prove what kind of job he will be doing in army, or whatever defense organization is there. So suppose if some benefic planet is aspecting some benefic connection, that then it will be more good. Person will be prosperous also, and he will be in the defense kind of services. So again, we see like Mars, it is exalted in Capricorn, that is a Saturn sign. So here we can say, okay, because of lot of perseverance, Mars energy will be better, like very well directed. Now we should check various combinations to see the profession of army. So Mars exalted and making connection with 10th house, Mars and Saturn making relation with 10th house or its lord. Also, we should check the Lagna lord. Like if the Lagna lord is Mars or connected to Mars, again the person will have a desire to take up courageous activities. Lagna Lord in the nakshatra of Mars is also good. Even the 10th house Lord, if it is falling in the Navamsha of Mars, then also we can say like the person will tend to take up courageous activities. Now, connection of third house with 10th house, involvement of 8th and 11th house also, along with this strong Mars, very strong dignified Mars and Sun, it will show that the person will have a desire to take a profession in army. Some more combinations are like strong suns, that is very much required to give you a job in the right direction. The person will work under government. Well placed Saturn will teach you patience. It will give you the drive to do hard work to clear the required trainings or whatever exams will be there. So overall, we need to see the placement, good placement of Mars, Sun, Saturn, any benefic aspect to them, and their connection with third house, 10th house, 8th house, 6th house also, since it is the service to the society. Again, Mars in 10th house, whenever Mars is placed in 10th house, preferably in any fire or air signs, then also there will be the tendency of the person to go for a profession in army. Mars and Venus combination is also seen to give such desires if they are placed in fire signs. Now, one more thing I wanted to add, like Rahu is also important. So Rahu in Gemini or in Kanya in 10th or 3rd. So it will also give the person the desires to achieve the goals. And if all the other connections for army are there, that means like person will work hard and strive to reach to the higher levels, higher goals. He will try to achieve higher goals. So there is one chart also that I wanted to share so that I can better explain. Gnaneswar sir, shall I take the chart now or in the end of the session? Sir, can you put it in the other style?
Other style is North Indian style.
Not in style.
Yeah.
Achha, but for all, like they will be able to understand because
Yeah, they will understand. You carry on.
okay, sir. So here we see like this in this chart, ascendant is Scorpio Lagna, is a Scorpio Lagna, and that is again the Mars sign only, and we see it is in now the Lord of Lagna, it is placed in 3rd house in Capricorn, that is exalted Mars. So this person by birth, he'll have a tendency to be very a lot of courage. He'll always try to take risk, do courageous act. And also because the Lagna is a Scorpio, it is a sign of Mars, person is interested in physical exercises, physical training. So all these things. Now this connection, first house is making connection with 3rd house. So one thing we can say, like the person is taking up the courageous act, Mars exalted. So again, Mars is a soldier, he is exalted. Person will, this person since childhood, he had interest to be in professions like defense. So this person was serving in, he is an ex-serviceman, he was serving in Air Force. And again, this Mars is making connection with 6th house. So that means we can say 6th house Lord, it is exalted in 3rd house. So person, he was serving to the society. Again, we see in 3rd house, Mars is there, Mercury is there, Sun is there. Sun is government. And Mercury, one way we can see here, it is giving lot of intelligence to the person. He is using his intelligence also. and it is creating Buddhaditya Yoga also. Again, it is Sun being here, it is the Lord of 10th house. So this exalted Mars, that is the Lagna Lord also, Lord of 6th house also, is also making connection with 10th house. So this person, it shows this person will have a desire to serve in any kind of defense departments. Okay. Again, we see Mercury, that is the Lord of 11th house also. So 11th house, as I told, is departments like police departments. So this person, he was in Air Force. So this also is proved here. Again, 8th house Lord, that is Mercury itself. So 8th house also shows emergency situation, chaotic situation. So again, this is making connection with 3rd house. And we can see like Jupiter, it is very powerful exalted Jupiter is in 9th house. And there is mutual aspect of Mars, Jupiter, Mercury, Sun, all these planets are aspecting Jupiter. Jupiter is aspecting in 3rd house. So this person, he was in paramedics in Air Force. Since Jupiter, we can also count on it as a healer. So this person was healing, he was like serving as a paramedic in Air Force. So whatever emergency was happening, whatever people were wounded or some kind of issues were there, then this person had to rush to serve the other person. So this way, very well we can see the chart of a person who was serving in Air Force. Also, you please notice in 6th house Moon is there. So Moon is in a fire sign. It is in Aries. So whenever Moon is in a sign of Mars, again it will show that the person is practical. He is not an emotional person. He is very practical mind, bold person, courageous mentality also, and he is always ready to fight. He will never sit back. He will never give up. So this kind of attitude will be there. So hope I could give some important insights to everyone. Thank you. I'll hand over to Gnaneswar sir.
Okay, Gnaneswar sir, you will continue.
Sir is there. Gnaneswar sir.
Sir, you muted, sir. Gnaneswar sir.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So today we are talking about profession regarding defense, army, police. So first we see the Karaka of signs. So naturally the 5 signs and Kshatriya signs also, because this profession belongs to warriors, Kshatriya. So 159, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Mars sign Scorpio also included in it, even though it is a watery sign, and even it's a Brahmin sign, but included into this defense, because the defense is a not fighting defense, is a secret, like a CIDs, agent, which is secretly in it work. And if you comes to planets, Saturn is again involvement because it's a profession. And Kshatriya planets, there are 2 major planets, Sun and Mars. And even though they are not categorized into this one, but Rahu, Ketu must be involved because they are Rahu is a military commander of demons. Ketu is a soldier. So that's why these 4 plus Saturn, these 5 planets are very, very important in deciding the person will take up defense profession or military or police. It's a type of protection. The job is need to protection. Give me 1 minute.
Ravi sir,
Yeah, sorry. So we continue. So Saturn, Mars, Sun, and Rahu, Ketu. These are the major planets. Because Aries, if you see the Aries sign is adventurous, courage, fire, lot of initiative, energy, don't care. So those are all qualities are required because it's a cruel sign, and with cruel planets, because it's protection required, you should be cruel. Otherwise, you can't do such jobs. Then Leo sign is a rulership, authoritative, commanding, sets the rules and makes the people to follow them. So he's a ultimate protector. That's why he's given the king, the house of king. Then Sagittarius. Sagittarius is called as a in Parashara Ora Shastra mentioned is a place of armories, weapons. So the person, if Saturn, Mars is there inside in Sagittarius, they may work in the army related weapon centers or weapon related field. So that's why these Kshatriya signs and the Kshatriya planets will give the chance of work in the defense field. Mars is again, Mars gives the courage, as you already mentioned. Sun is a governing, makes the rules. Rahu wants, if it is in a professional sign or 6th house or in a 3rd house, wherever is required, initiation and fighting. So Rahu wants violence. So if that violence used in a right manner, if you put him in a defense or police to curb any unwanted things in the society or in the border, so that will be very good. The Rahu will make success. Ketu is a stubbornness. Ketu is a very rigid and very strong. That's why Ketu plays very important role in a secret services. Very, very secret services. So that's why Scorpio is also included into this profession. So CID agents, raw agents, or any agents which is secretly working. So that's the Ketu is a very good for them. Even they caught, if you put a lot of tortures, they will not open their mouth. So that is their stubbornness, that rigidness will be useful in that field. So these are the major points, apart from already our friends discussed. So a lot of things inform. So next, hand over to Sir Ravi, sir.
Thank you, sir. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir, very much.
Yeah. Yeah, the today topic army, lot of insights was given by all three people. The first, the same thing I need to tell. First of all, we need to see a army professor, a army person will have well matured and a well built body with the muscles, all those things, well built body. So the Lagna ascendant need to be very strong in order to give that kind of a body which can stretch, okay, and which can withstand wear and tear kind of things, okay. So that kind of a body, stiff and fit body, only Mars can give. So after that, Saturn can give. Saturn can give a long and a thin body. Mars will give exact correct measurement body with like a spring structure. Maybe athletics, all those people will have Mars in good dignity with linked with ascendant. So ascendant is very important to check which planet is associated, which planet was looking the ascendant. So ascendant will need to give that perfect body. So there should be a clear cut. First point is the ascendant need to be very strong, so that the physical nature, the physique, the army kind of a job need to suit with that physique, need to be in a best condition. So first of all, the first house, we need to see whether that body, the perfect body, it can withstand the wear and tear kind of a environment or not. And the second point is, so he want to go in a rigorous training. So in order to build that courage, so the courage we need to see from the third house. So third house will give skills, interests, hobbies, and also courage. So third house for the army kind of a thing, courage is most important. So the courage we need, we'll check from the third house. And also we need to see the 11th house. 11th house is higher purpose, higher goals, okay. So army is a kind of a, see, not many people are that much patriotic. So very few people will go towards army. So the higher purpose of life, higher goals of life, that is defined by 11th house. The 11th house should be intact, so that he want to choose that higher goal, higher purpose of life, to sacrifice for homeland. And also the moksha trikona 4, 8 to 12. So 4, 8 to 12 is a moksha trikona, where he want to the fourth house, the homeland. So he want to guard the homeland. So he want to go away from the place where he taken birth and go into that Himalayas or whatever the borders of country. So he want to serve. So the fourth house need to be somewhat, need to go in a negative way, so that he want to leave the hometown. He should not stay in the hometown. So for the homeland he want to sacrifice. So that the fourth house need to be checked. And also eighth house. Eighth house is the most coward things, and also bloodshed, okay, and wear and tear, all those things will come in eighth house. So eighth house need to be involved. And also 12th house, many people will give sacrifice their lives for their own country. So that death, okay, the motto of the death will come in 12th house. So all these things we need to see. If a person, all these events will make that person go towards army kind of thing, because here patriotism is there and sacrifice is there and ready to die kind of situations will be there. So all these things we need to check. And also the 11th house will give you higher goal, higher purpose of life. So that also we need to see. So here that kind of patriotism or heroism will come in Aries and Scorpio. So Aries is having that speed, agility, and moving very fast, and also action first, think next kind of attitude is Aries. So Aries is the main key role, Aries. And also Scorpio. Scorpio is a kind of dealing with the chaotic things, sudden events, sudden up and downs in life. So in life also need to be there is no a smooth life. There will be sudden up and downs. So when he come to the hometown, he will get a call that war, you need to come and serve for the war. So the life also need to be chaotic. So natural 8th house, Scorpio. Aries and Scorpio are very much need to elevate in that chart. Okay. And also the fire signs, the Sagittarius, Leo. These are also, we have the secondary option after Aries and Scorpio. There will be a secondary option. They also need to support. If Aries and Scorpio not involved, at least Sagittarius and Leo also need to. There should be a fire sign. And Ketu. Ketu is abrupt energy, sudden surge of energy. Okay. So that surge kind of energy, Ketu also we need to check. That Ketu want to, Mars or Ketu want to be in fire signs. So that they will see when you saw the army forces, suddenly they will get a surge of energy. Where they will get, I don't know. Whether they will eat or not, I don't know. In the boundaries of a country, whether they will eat in that tough situations, tough environment, how they will fight with a sudden surge of energy, boiling their blood, that kind of a patriotism, all those things are related to Mars and Ketu. So mostly Mars and Ketu we need to check. So beside this, and the Sun is also a fiery planet, and Jupiter also rules Sagittarius. Sagittarius also fiery. So these are the secondary, but the main thing is Mars and Ketu. These things need to connect with the 6th house. 6th house is the daily routines, service, daily routines, and 10th house is career. So 6th and 10th houses need to involve with all these kind of, we need to see the match. The 1st house, 3rd house, and also Aries, Scorpio, and natural 11th house. How is the patriotism, higher goals, those things, these are mapping or not. Once these are mapped, we can surely say that person will travel towards serving the country, okay, serving the homeland. So these are my views. So, remaining all Gnaneswar sir, Arnima madam, Sudhkar sir already told all these things. So that's all from my side. Over to Pedro sir.
Sir, I have a question. So, person joins the army for become a sports person. So, is there any combinations we can identify? His core is army person, but he become a sports person. Vice versa, sports person joins the army, like MS Dhoni. That's my question.
Yeah, 3rd house will have that all the things, courage, skills, talents, interests, all will come from the 3rd house. So from 3rd house, we need to see where he will travel. The 6th house need to support. Okay. 6th house is a career. So 6th house need to support as a career. 10th house or 10th house. 6th or 10th, we need to see whether this person is having that. Many people will have interest. I also having interest, but career will be different, right? So So we need to see whether the 6th and 10th house are supporting or not.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So, anybody have a question? Okay, sir. No questions. I think we're good to go. Anybody want to add? You can add. We have another 2 minutes to go. Our schedule time.
Yeah, because there are no much people related to this profession field. That's why the attendance is very less.
Okay, sir. You stop recording, sir.
Yeah.